The blue corner, give it up for Andrew Lopez.
Andrew Lopez making his debut as a rising star out of Subfighter MMA. Downey, California. He's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and kickboxing background, walking that aisle for the very first time.
Oh, you gotta love Lopez comes out to a little Black Sabbath, little Iron Man. Gotta love it.
We are joined at the broadcast position by Justin Gakowski of Real Eyes Recognize. Your thoughts as you take a look at some of the particulars on Lopez?
I love the song. First off, I thought it was a great choice come out for your first one, and cool, calm, and relaxed. And so this was one of the fights I was looking forward to watching yesterday after the weigh-in show. So
yeah, a couple bullet points here. He's got to utilize his reach advantage here, right? The guy's a purple belt and BJJ. He knows what he's doing. He's also a Naga champ as well. He's got to look for a TKO with his punches, his strikes, but don't sleep on him because even though he's a BJJ purple belt, the kid can scrap.
100%. He does have a 2-inch height advantage, should equate to reach as we await his opponent.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Please welcome Arshak Tarosian.
So, likewise, Arshak Tarosian stepping into the cage for active competition for the very first time out of LA at a storied camp in Team Oyama with Colin Oyama at the helm.
Yeah, you know, Tarosian's looking, comes out. He's going to come out blazing. This kid loves to firefight. His wrestling's really, really good, but he has a suffocating top pressure. Really like to grab you into deep waters and try and drown you. What do you think, Dustin?
yeah, and you mentioned earlier about his camp. He comes from one of the best, and so he's going to be no stranger to some violence. So he's going to be used to it, and he's going to be ready.
Take a look at some of the particulars. Now, in doing some research, the interwebs will show a unanimous decision victory over Rodrigo Coca. Apparently, a fight that wasn't recognized by the commission.
Yep.
But we'll see if that experience pays dividends for Tarosian.
Yeah, he's just got to pace himself. Don't come out there blazing right out of the way. Feel yourself out a little bit now that you've had a bunch of fights. Get a little bit of distance. Then throw some hands in the face, then set up your takedown.
Absolutely, and you would know. How did you feel in your first fight? What was that like coming out with a nerve?
Oh, dude, it's terrifying, but it's exhilarating at the same time. I told you guys yesterday at the weigh-in show, I felt like I had lightning bolts shooting out of my fingertips, and like that. There's so much power from what the audience gives you, and the fact that you're going over there to put your skills against another trained assassin every time you go in there. It's scary, but your first time, it's pretty overwhelming. And there you go, nice little bit of respect with each other, little knuckle up before the fight.
Hopefully we'll see some lightning bolts after this one.
Here to set the stage for this bantamweight battle, Chad Fishburne.
All right, fight fans, here we go. The following UNF contest is presented by The V. It is scheduled for 3 rounds in the UNF Rising Stars Bantamweight division. Our referee in charge of the action, Frank Trigg. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, making his debut, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighing in at 135.2 pounds. Fighting out of Downey, California, representing Subfighter MMA, presenting Andrew Lopez. And his opponent across the UNF cage, fighting out of the red corner, holding a record of 1 win and no defeats. Standing 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighing in at 132.2 pounds. Fighting out of Montebello, California, representing Los Angeles Muay Thai and Team Oyama, this is Arshak Tarosian.
Tarosian's got some support in the house. You can hear it. Both fighters under the bright lights for the first time, and up next fighting, looking to score victory.
And it is a packed house here tonight.
Oh, it's packed tonight, and the Armenians come out to support their fighters, that's for sure. And look, we got in the ring, the cage, we got Frank Trigg, great fighter in his day, too.
Twinkle toes.
Yep.
It is Andrew Lopez out of the blue corner taking on Arshak Tarosian. These guys come throwing heavy early.
See, this is what I said. He's got to take his time, not get crazy into a firefight. He's got a nice little jab. Oh, nice low kick right there. And another one follows up, the other one to the body. But Lopez comes right back.
Side kick to the midsection there by Lopez. This one's scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. So again, that lightning fast pace of the Rising Stars division. You notice the shin guards on as both these fighters making their official debuts.
Yeah, he caught him with a little bit of right hand on the entry right there. And there he goes. He's got double underhooks. Now he's going, grabbing the leg, trying to get a takedown here. Good defense so far from Lopez.
We'll see if Lopez can turn off the cage. He does, trying to connect.
There he goes.
Out of the break.
He breaks himself free from what he knows is a very good grappler right here. So he's not looking to get taken down right away. He's going to try to land a few shots here.
Lopez is throwing a vicious left. I mean, it looks like he wants to end this fight early with that left hand.
You can see some reddening around the left ribs there of Lopez. And I'll tell you this, Tarosian, man, he just looks like he's got a lot of power in that compact frame.
Yeah, you hear that thud every time it lands, and you've been glad you got shin guards on there right now, because that is not fun. I don't miss that aspect of fighting. Lopez changing his stances nicely, getting a firefight, eats a right hand there, but he's still coming forward.
Both electing to stand and bang big overhead. Left there doesn't find pay dirt. Back to the inside leg kick there by Tarosian.
Yeah, it felt a little wind on that miss right there. You guys probably felt that breeze, Dustin.
I felt that. You can see those leg kicks might starting to be paying off. I tried to check that last one.
Yeah, it's getting a little red up there. Guys both missing with a couple of haymakers. I think they're going to need to set those shots up a little bit better, Todd.
Yeah, first round comes to a close. There were some gusty winds, but hopefully we will see some thunder and lightning as this fight continues.
Yep.
Let's take a look back at some of the action from the first round.
Yeah, Santa Ana's just kicked in on here as these guys are swinging. Even on their misses, we can feel the power over here.
Well, they call the Santa Ana winds, Dustin, the murder winds, and they were throwing with murderous intentions.
They both were. They ended the round both swinging for the fences, trying to end it for the first round ended. See a great exchange there from both.
And here we go.
Getting set for our second round of action. Both throwing some leather. We'll see if they can connect here in round two. Again, scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the bantamweight division.
Kris, as a fighter, after watching this round, what would you do coming out to kind of settle yourself? It looked like both guys were real anxious, throwing heavy. What would you do coming out?
I'd do a Sean O'Malley. You know, you want to find your range. You want to stay at range. That's the thing, is these guys are getting a little too crazy coming in and firing on each other when you got to really try and angle off on your jab. Don't come straight up the middle. Angle off. So, like that's a nice
right
1-2 right down the middle.
They were listening.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah, he was at range there, wasn't he?
Yep. That's what. See how he's staying back just a little bit and seeing what he's got to add to him. See if he throws something at him and then comes back with a kick.
Nice body kick there by Tarosian. Might be seeing some more crimson on the body there of Lopez.
Yeah, we're all looking for masks leading up to Halloween, so a crimson mask is not a bad thing.
Tarosian going back downstairs.
Yes, but he went to the thigh. Did you notice that? Because he realizes those calf kicks aren't having the same effect that they would normally have. So he's like, oh, let's go back up to the thigh.
Yeah, on account of those shin guards. That's an excellent point there, Kris.
Making a great adjustment with that.
See, back to the calf, but if he goes up just a little bit higher, he's going to actually land some real damage with that. That's one of the things you got to work out in your amateur fights here, is figure this stuff out. You know, there is some differences. Submissions are harder. Calf kicks don't really land the same way.
First attempt
nice
really
knees.
to change levels there. Yeah, trading some knees. And blitzing. Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Nice counter punching by Tarosian, because Lopez was throwing wildly there, Dustin.
Yeah, Lopez looks like he's throwing away wildly. Might be getting tired trying to end it. Looks like he's swinging for the fences.
Yeah, sometimes, you get a guy like Tarosian in your face, you want to kind of just put him away and just be, let me just land a big shot and drop this guy. But it's hard to do, right? Look at his range right there. Now he's staying at range. Tarosian was what I was saying he needs to do if he wants to win this fight, and lands a big right hand right there off the counter.
And Tarosian, every time Lopez comes in, he's hitting him with a jab or hitting him with a 1-2, and then when he gets in distance, he's dropping that leg kick, so he's really doing a great job of changing it up and keeping Lopez guessing.
Nice jab there, and again, doubles up on it. Tarosian is really dictating the pace here in the second round as the second round comes to a close. And Dustin, your thoughts after 2?
I think that Tarosian in the second round really started to establish the pace a little bit more, and you started to set the tone on him. And I think you could see, not the experience, but it looked like he had a little more experience, maybe from his camp, that he started to exert himself a little bit more, sticking more his fight.
Let's take a look back at some of the action and see exactly what you're talking about there.
Look at these guys just exchanging, getting into the grappling. This is what happens in your amateur fights a lot of times. You come out like that, but then you make an adjustment. That's what you want to do, is have your fighter make an adjustment as he goes into the next rounds.
I think that might have been a little bit of a desperation takedown attempt, though, by Andrew Lopez, and one that didn't come to fruition.
This is a very close fight, right? We don't know which way this is going. What would you tell your fighters coming out in this last round?
Well, I would say for Lopez, he's got to slow his pace down. Don't get these wild shots. Go up the middle, but move your head offline as you do it and close the distance, right? For Tarosian, I think he's really figured out what he needs to do is stay at range, look for some nice combos, set him up, maybe an uppercut, and as he comes in on him with those wingy right hands.
Throwing the big looping left hook there was Andrew Lopez.
Nice little up jab that he threw right there. He saw that. Saw something up the middle. Oh, comes back with another straight right. See, he's pulling and firing. That's what you want to do right now. He's really finding his range and feeling good about himself right now as a fighter. What do you think Dustin Lopez has to do here?
I like Lopez. I feel like he's landing more strikes when he goes southpaw. It feels like he's having better success with the strikes when he goes back to southpaw. I'd like to see him do that and be a little more aggressive, but a controlled aggressive, right?
Yep.
Throw 1-2 strikes, throw a few more combos. It seems like he's just trying to land that one punch and not set it up as much. But I feel like every time he goes to orthodox, he's getting caught, and when he goes to that southpaw, he's landing with that left.
Lopez was looking to counterpunch there. He's thrown a kick or two in as well. A little bit more measured here in this round.
Yeah, that was a nice 1-1-2 that he threw, but if you look at Tarosian, just back straight off of it, just did a little slip and fire. There he goes, catch him with a jab on the way in. See, he's really found his range now. I think that Lopez might have to shoot a double right here, try and flatten him on his back and land some elbows here and try and put him away.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Tarosian almost has that Gulo Manassian just look to his body. I mean, even if you did hit him, I think the guy looks like he probably has a granite shin.
Yeah, he's not a guy that minds getting hit. I tell people the first time you get hit, as you think you want to fight, some people go, oh my God, I don't want ever that to happen again. Other people go, oh, that was kind of cool. Let's see what happened if I hit you.
He has found a home for that jab now.
Yeah. Yeah, he really is. He's found his range. Look at it. He's just really easily snapping it. Oh, but he gets countered with a big straight left from Lopez right there. Very nice, Lopez. Like you said, out of the southpaw stance too, Dustin.
Oh, boy, those arms were getting real low there on both. Oh, a little extra one up the middle.
We got overtime.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Fireworks there at the end of the round. And, man, we'll see if these two push the pace as this continues. Your thoughts after the round as we take a look back at some of the action, guys, as well.
Yeah, look at here's Tarosian, finds his range right here. Pap, just stick in that jab. Stick, see how he moves? Boom. His head's moving offline when he throws the right hand. And again, 1-2 is there for him. Lopez just getting a little too wild, a little too wingy there. Don't you think, Dustin?
Yeah, a little too. And I think Lopez just didn't really find his range, and so he was getting a little wild and almost predictable. So he kept throwing the same shot over and over and over, so it's easy for him to get out of the range of that.
Lopez is all smiles, though.
Yep. Looks like it's going to a decision here, and we'll see what these guys have to say, the judges. You know, people like to give judges a hard time, but people don't realize how good our judges are with CSAC. We're incredible over here. They have very big criteria of who gets to be a judge, a referee, all that stuff.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But I just think the precision striking was to the favor of Tarosian there. As you mentioned, Dustin, he found a home for his jab, and he would land it and then do a great job of avoiding the counter shot by Lopez. And I think it was the winning recipe. We'll see if it equates to a victory as this one goes to the cards.
I think he really exerted himself in the second and third round. You could really see that he established, even the center of the ring, he found a home for that jab. He really dictated the pace, the kicks, the strikes. He changed them up, everything, kept him guessing. I thought the first round was very close. The second and third was heavy in his favor.
Yeah, he was really, just moving off of it. Found his range really nicely. And I like the way that he put that fight together in the last 2 rounds. Looked really good.
And Lopez, he fought a great fight as well, right? He found a couple shots, right? He found a home for it. He could really.
And we're going to go back into Chad Fishburne. Then we'll break this down a little bit more after that, as Frank Trigg ready to raise the arm in victory on one of these 2 competitors.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this bout was presented to you by The V. Before we go to the judges' scorecards, a round of applause for both of these athletes, please. The judges' scores are as follows: 29-28, 30-27, and 30-27. All for your winner by way of unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner, a shot to the right!